All right, so it's 6 o'clock. We got a couple more hours left in 2022. And I live in Seattle, and in Seattle, they have a fireworks show at the Space Needle. So I got a new SD card for this FX3 so I can shoot in some slow motions and have fun with that. But next thing you'll see is this beautiful fireworks show straight from the Space Needle. Alright, so the new year is here, and I really wanted to find a way to kind of make a video about the new year and what 2023 is going to look like for me and for this channel. So I thought, what's the best way of doing that? And I thought coming up with some questions that I would have asked myself a year ago and how I would answer them now, having a year under my belt, a little over a year with content creation and this YouTube channel and my personal brand. So with that, I have my phone right here with the questions I'm gonna ask myself. I got my vanilla oat milk latte I made, and let's get started. So the first one, why did I create this channel over a year ago, and why tech? The reason I created this channel over a year ago was simple. It was because I wanted to be able to create for myself and create for my own brand with my own guidelines and kind of create within my own style. And if you know me and you know me by now, I have a day job that is video production, content creation. I work with a team every single day, all year round, and that's really what I do from my 9 to 5 throughout the day. So to be able to come home and try new things with my channel, try new things with my editing skills, and just be able to try new things with my own channel, my own brand has been very helpful for not just my personal brand and creating videos on my own and keeping that creative muscle going, but also for work and everyday work. It's easier to know I'm coming home to something I love to do and something I'm trying to build over time. Why tech? I've loved tech ever since I could remember. I always was very interested in the newest tech item. When the iPhone came out and all that stuff, I was so into the technology behind it, and it's something that I've really grown to love over years, and I wanted to find a way where I could talk about it in a passionate way. And the fact that I can mix my two favorite things, tech and filmmaking, together is truly remarkable, that I'm able to do this for fun and for myself, and it just comes off so easily for me, and not in a cocky way, but in like a gratitude way that I was able to find the thing I love and put two things together so well. So the next question, with a full-time job, how do I keep YouTube a personal priority with everything else that goes on in someone's personal life? And it's easy. I mean, I make the time for it. I know that if I have a busy week, I know get a video shot as early as possible. I know if I have a light week, to batch shoot some stuff. I know that it is important for me to post on this channel because it's what keeps me going in my personal life. It's what keeps me going in my work life. It just keeps me going all together. So to be able to know that I have something that I love to do and I have the time to do it, and I mean, if you love to do something and you're good at it, it sounds cliche, but it doesn't feel like work. I'm able to shoot a video, throw on like The Office or Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm, something on the TV, and edit for hours, and for me, that's such a soothing time, and that's how I like to spend my personal time. So that's really how my early mornings are spent, my late nights, and definitely my weekends are all spent doing that. And it's like, going back to what the question is, how do you do it with a full-time job? It's easy because you make time for the things you love. You make time for the people you love. So if you know that you love it, you make time for it, and it's as simple as that. So the next question, what is the biggest goal I have for this channel in 2023? That's a great question. I'm very excited for what this year has for this channel. New camera, new lighting setup, new audio. I have all of these things that are just gonna bring the production value of everything so much higher. So I can really focus on the storytelling and how I wanna tell my stories. So I think for me, the biggest things to look at into 2023 in this channel is the storytelling, the production value, and really just focusing on quality over quantity is something that's really important to me. I have goals for this channel. I had a goal of my first year was to hit 1,000 subscribers and be able to monetize this channel, which I was able to do about 6 months ago. And my goal for this year is to hit 10K and just grow from there and set little growth spurts throughout the year. So I have goals, I have ideas for this channel, I have a lot planned. I'm not going to get into it because that's really what this channel's for, is for you to see kind of how I progress over the years as my personal brand. But one thing I've noticed is in the job I work for, personal brands are so important. One thing I've learned outside of this channel and just how the world's going is personal brands and personal connection is so important to content creation. So as I talk about tech, I also want to kind of not bring my personal life into these videos, but talk more on a personal level. So you can kind of get to know me more as a person. So when you're seeing a tech review, when you're seeing a product review, whatever it is, you know where it's coming from. You know that like it's sincere passion coming straight from my heart. And I think that's very important and something I really want to focus on in 2023. So this next question, how do I overcome a creative wall? And this is a very important question. It was something that was asked to me when I was in Philly by a close friend of mine. And what happens when I hit a creative wall is I go and do everything that isn't creative. I go to a coffee shop, I go for a run, I go to the gym. I do all these things because for me, my creativity sparks when I'm doing something else. I have notes on my phone where I'm just like jotting down ideas when I'm walking on the treadmill or in between sets at the gym. And that's really where all of my creative ideas come back. But I personally think everyone's a creative. I think even if you're not taking photos, you're not taking video, whatever it is, like anyone's a creative. If you ride horses and you do shows, that's your creativity. That's an example of it. But I think everyone is a creative, so I think everyone hits a creative wall. And it's hard to tell it's hard for me to say like, this is what I do, this is what you should do, because it varies from person to person. But for me, like I said earlier, it's going out and getting out into the world, seeing outside, seeing the city life, and just seeing the life of other people outside of this camera and this apartment. And work is just a way that I have those creative juices flowing. But also, this not being my full-time job, this being a side thing, it takes a lot of pressure off of it because I know I can strictly do it for fun and I can find the fun ways to incorporate this into my life. And being able to do that, a lot of ideas form without pressure and kind of just free form. And you can try more things out, you can try more ideas out, and with this channel, you're able to do that, and you're able to experiment. It's as simple as that. And I think when you know you can experiment, the creative ideas come in and you're less likely to block them out or push them aside. You kind of just write them down, jot them down, and one day you'll come to them. One day they'll spark other things, and that's really how I get out of a creative rut. This next question is, why will 2023 be the biggest year yet for myself as a content creator? I think experience. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this since, I started filming basketball games in high school and then professionally in college. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I think what's grown over time is my storytelling, and that's something that I want to keep growing, and I want to be able to really hone in a story and tell a story. So I think that's my biggest goal for 2023, is to be able to tell a better story. And I think that's why it's going to be the best year, because you don't have to have the best gear, you don't have to have the best audio, you don't have to have the best camera, lens, lights, whatever it is. But if you can tell a story, your video is going to be seen, your video is going to be felt, and it's going to impact people. And for me, that story is the most important thing. So I think all the pre-production, all the post-production that goes into something is so much more important than the actual shoot, because that's where you tell your story, that's where the art comes together. And for me, that is, I think, the biggest thing for me in 2023 is really telling a story from front to back, and that's what I'm really most looking forward to. And in my opinion, personally, I think that's gonna be the biggest thing for me in 2023, and it's what I'm looking forward to the most, and I think it's what I'm going to grow in the most, and I think it's what you, my following, is gonna see a lot of. Let's jump back into what this channel is really started on, and what piece of tech am I looking forward to most in 2023. And this answer is easy, I didn't even have to think about it, but it's the AR/VR integration of Apple and their AR/VR goggles and virtual reality, OS, and all of those things. I think it's gonna be the same impact that the iPhone, the first iPod, the Apple Watch, and the AirPods had on the industry, and I think it's going to really change it. I tried some AR glasses 2 weeks ago when I was in Philly, and I was thoroughly shocked with just how cool of an experience it was, but it's also very scary how integrated you are into an atmosphere in somewhere. And for me, I think it's gonna be the biggest thing because it's gonna be so fun to see where they go with this, because Apple just tends to hold on to something until they have it in what their mind is close to perfect for the consumer, and other brands are doing it and they're just watching. And I think that's gonna be the biggest product of 2023, and not just for Apple, but a lot of other brands too. I think VR and AR is the future, and I'm excited because 2023 is kind of the first year we're gonna see it kind of come to fruition, and I'm really excited for that, as I'm also very scared for it because it is a real thing. If you have questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. But to round out this year and to start 2023, I just wanna say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the support on this channel. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below if you have any questions for me that I can answer, and let's bring in 2023 strong with this channel, and I'm so excited for it. I can't even put it into words. But until the next video, thank you.